Hi everybody, this is Pat in the paper closet. Hope you're having a good day. A little sunny out, not too sunny, a little chilly, maybe in the upper 30s, mid 40s. Anyway, today we're going to be making what I'm calling a paper clipless paperclip. Say it again. A paper clipless paperclip. What does that mean? Well, I've made a holder on one of my pages. This is it. It's a paper clipless paperclip. Now it doesn't hold a whole stack of papers, but it's more like a one-piece, one-page holder. Now I made this because I don't want to attach anything to this page. I want to be able to use it for journaling. And this works very well. You just slip it over the page and your card or tag or whatever you're putting on there, and it holds until you take it off. And it's only made out of cardstock. That's all you need. Cardstock and some glue, scraps of cardstock. I'm going to show you how to make this. I've seen these made in round shapes. However, for that you need a large paper punch and also a slightly smaller paper punch, which I don't have. I had the large and then I had a much smaller one and it didn't work. It didn't hold. So I've made them out of just 2 rectangles is all you need. Now this one I made out of, this was a paper pack of cardstock, but it's very thick. However, I've also made another one out of regular cardstock. So I'm going to show you how to make these. You're going to take one piece of cardstock that measures, there we go, 1.5 wide by 1 3/4 inches long. I'm going to write that down so we remember. Okay. 1 1/2 wide by 1 3/4 inches high. Now you're going to need a second piece that's slightly smaller. The second piece is 1 inch by 1 3/8. So our second piece, 1 inch wide by 1 3/8. Now you can make these any size you want. I mean, I'm making a very smaller junk journal, so I don't want large of anything. Okay, so you'll take your cardstock. In this case, I'm using, this I know is 110-pound cardstock. This I printed. This piece here, this blue, is more of a, I would say it's about an 80-pound. So we'll try it with both. You can't make these out of copy paper, too thin. They bend. So we're just going to make them out of both weights of cardstock and see how they work. This is the other paper I was talking about. Came in a pad. I don't know what it was called. It was a very hard cardstock. It was a 6x6 pad. I think it's craft cardstock. I'm not sure. But that's what I had made this one out of, the original. So we're going to try it with what we have. Alright, so we're going to need a paper trimmer, or a ruler and a knife, or a ruler and a line and a scissor, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use my paper trimmer. Okay, I'm going to cut that outer piece, the bigger piece, at 1.5 inches wide. Oops, I'm backwards. So you can see it. Okay, 1.5, which is right here. on the outer piece, the larger piece. My paper trim is not working too well, but it'll do. And then the smaller piece is 1 inch wide by 1 3/8 long. So we'll cut the width of the paper first. 1 inch. I think I did that wrong. Doesn't look right. Yeah, it should have been a little bit wider. Let's see. Here's my original. Maybe this to the red. Here it is. The smaller piece, I have 1 1/8 by 1 but I was way off on that one. 1 1/8 by, let's see exactly where it is, 1 5/8. Alright, so we'll leave this piece, it's good. You need a 1 1/8. Okay. 1 1/8 wide. That looks better. Up against our strip and not cover it. We're gonna have to see the space on each side. Kind of hard to tell with this paper, but that's what holds it. I'll show you in a second. Where's my other? Can you see here? This with the print on it is the smaller piece, and it's not quite as wide. You're going to leave a space on both sides, and then we're just going to glue the top 1/4 inch so this is loose. Now don't ever fold this up or it won't hold your paper. Okay, so we need these both. One is 1 3/4 inches high. 1 3/4. I don't know why I'm working upside down here. And the other piece is 1 5/8. 1 is a half. 1 mark past one of the longer marks, past the half. Okay, get rid of that. We don't need that. So here are 2 pieces. You're going to lay them together like this, so you have a little room at the bottom. You want this all the way flush at the top. And see, you have a little space at the bottom, and you have a space on the sides. So let me put this aside. All we're gonna do is take this, put a little bit of glue on the back of the smaller piece at the top. About 1/4 inch worth. You want it wide enough to hold. And then you're gonna line it up with the top. It's kind of centered, side by side. Get it on straight. Wipe up my excess glue here. Give it a good press. You want that to really stick down well. And this is what it looks like. Now mine, this one, I just cut off the corners. I didn't round them. You don't even need a corner rounder. I just took my scissor of the way. And I just kind of angle the corner evenly as you can. Doesn't matter. And that's how I got the look of it. So I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to ink up the edges. I'm using Vintage Photo ink, Distress ink. I'm just going to ink up the edges a little bit. Not too much. I don't want it grungy looking. I just want it to look neat. No white edges. You could have inked up the second piece if you wanted, the smaller piece, but I'm not doing that. And that's all there is to it. You want your glue dry a little bit. I'm going to test this out now. I'm not sure it's dry enough, but I'll test it. Now, like I said before, don't ever take this piece and fold it up, because you'll never get it tight enough to hold your paper again. I'm going to bring in my book. Here's my card and my page. You put the card at the edge of the page, just like a little bookmark. And there you have it. Now mine, I use, the cardstock I've used is what I printed, so the back of mine is white. But that doesn't bother me. You could use double-sided, or you could just cut another piece and double it up. But it holds. This way, it's not permanent, and it's not very thick. Like, you don't need a real metal paper clip in there. So it's good in junk journals. So you just take this out, do your journaling, whatever you want to do on your card, and then when you're finished, you put your clip back on. Just slide it over the page. And it holds. I like it a lot. I'm just going to make one more. I have this brown one, now I have the blue one. I'm going to make another one. I think I'll make a brown one. Use up this paper. We'll start over here. Okay, I have this little piece. Get my ink. So I need 1.5 inches wide. First piece, 1.5 by 1 3/4. I'm gonna cut it off here. 1 3/4. That's the outer piece, the larger piece. This is the smaller piece. I'm gonna cut it at 1 1/8. 1 1/8. I hope it stays. There we go. 1 1/8 by 1 5/8. Trying to sink my blade so my paper stays in one spot. Okay, so we have our two pieces. That's what they look like. Now on this one, I didn't have the writing on the back. I had it this way. Right side up. And there it is. I'm just going to trim the corners. I'll trim the corners after I glue it. Very simple to make. And they do hold well. Just like I said, you have to have cardstock. You can't use thinner paper for this. Put the glue at about 1/4 inch. Pretty heavy on the glue. You want this to be harder. Line them up. right in the middle, even with the top. Oh, I moved it. Good thing I have wet glue. I got to straighten it out. Press it down good. Wipe up your extra glue. And that's all. Trim the edges, the corners. Just a little angle. They look a little bit better. Ink it up. And if you want, you could always decorate them if you want. Put on little bits of paper or teeny flowers or however you want to decorate them. I just like them plain. You could put a little small sentiment strip across. That would look good. And now we have two of those. And our blue one. Here's the blue one. I do like it better with the finished back. I have to remember that next time. If I'm going to use cardstock that's only single-sided, then I would cut a second piece of the back and glue it on the back. That would make it even sturdier. So there's all three. Paperless paper clips. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please hit the like button. That'll get me more subscribers. YouTube will push out my video to more viewers. And also hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when I put up the next video. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll be back soon. Thank you. Bye.